Hello, 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 legends and rock stars. Another episode of Liberate Humanity TV. Yay! And super excited to be here with you today. Just can take a quick sip of water. Well, I'm always super excited to be here with you, of course. Always looking for various ways to offer new value to help you liberate you from the stories, the paradigms, the fears, the doubts, the belief systems, all the things that are stopping you from living your best life. And I've had quite an epiphany over the last couple of days, something that I have resisted for so long, and that is embracing a concept that I used to be actually quite critical of because of my conditioning, my belief systems, and my value system. And it was all getting in the road of a brand new concept called the new rich. So we're going to dive into this today. And this is probably going to be the first of a few episodes on this topic because it is super exciting. It is a new wave that is sweeping the world. It's kind of been sweeping the world for a few years, but you know, there are those early adopter people, and then there is people like me who kind of jump on once the wave has begun. There are those who paddle out and start paddling like crazy before the wave starts, and there are those like me who kind of wait and watch, and then we go around and jump on the wave. I'm one of those. I'm not an early adopter. But you know, this is super exciting because the vast majority of people on the planet still don't get this. They're still stuck in the old paradigms, and my head is only just starting to get around this concept, and I'm just really excited to be here. Yes, Merry Christmas, everybody. Thank you, Helena, for reminding me that we just had Christmas. So a very Merry Christmas to everybody. Hope you had a great Christmas and you spent it with loved ones and had a fab time. I actually spent it with friends. So every couple of years I go and spend it with my parents and my family. And then every couple of years I spend it here. And just my friends invited me to their place and we had the most fun time. It was so cool. So I haven't laughed that hard in a long time. So I hope you had a great time with your loved ones. And now that Christmas is over, that all the craziness and the stress and all that crap that goes with Christmas is done, now we can start to look toward 2019. As I've been saying over the last couple of weeks, if you wait until the new year has begun, then you're late. You're already late. You've already missed a massive opportunity to build momentum now. So it's really important that you start thinking about what you want to create for 2019 now. Because if the last few years have not lived up to your expectations, if you haven't been able to bring your dreams to life, if you still feel like you're languishing in this pool of disappointment and regret, then now is the time to jump out of that and to jump into something new. So today's concepts that I'm going to be sharing with you, they are not new. You may have already read about them because, as I said, I do not tend to be an early adopter. But if you haven't actually embraced these philosophies in your life yet, even if you've read about them, then now is the time to get smart and get on board with a brand new evolution and revolution in entrepreneurship that will sweep the world over the next coming years. And it's a growing phenomena. Most of us either haven't embraced the concept or haven't known how. So at the end of the episode today, I'm going to actually, if you want to become one of the new rich, then I can certainly help you to do that. So I'm going to give you an opportunity to connect with me and talk about something. I'm part of a new rich community, and I really, God, sometimes I can be a bit slow, seriously. I hadn't really seen it with these eyes, new eyes, as I have since I started reading this book. You have heard of it. If you haven't read it yet, then you have heard of it. And if you have read it, then I hope you've started to embrace these philosophies and implement them in your life. So The 4-Hour Work Week by Timothy Ferriss. I have heard about this book for years. And I actually had all these preconceived in my ideas that what a load of rubbish. 4-Hour Work Week doesn't exist. The guy's delusional. Either that or he's scamming people. Either that or he's ripping people off. Hear that? That's my head. I know. After all the work that I've done. See, we are all still a work in progress. So all my cards on the table, I honestly thought that this was just going to be a waste of time and a load of rubbish. Wish I'd read it a long time ago. Thanks for the love hearts. Yes, I'm going to stop beating myself up now. That hurts. It's a very thick book. So you can see I'm not even a quarter of the way through it yet. And I cannot tell you how excited I am about the concepts in this book and how I have been immersed in this philosophy for 12 months and still didn't see it. So I have picked out some critical things that I have learned just from the first quarter of this book that I'm going to share with you today. And they are truly life-changing philosophies, and they are reframing what we know as success. So the new rich, who are the new rich? Well, the new rich are people who are leveraging their time and their ability to be fluid and relocatable. So it is those who are embracing the online entrepreneurship and online success and being able to run their businesses from anywhere in the world. They don't have to be present in an office, being the CEO or, putting out fires and all the rest of it. The old rich are they're the old guard that basically you defer the lifestyle that you really want by just working your freaking ass off, 40, 60, 80 hours a week and putting money away and investing it in various ways, and then defer what you really want and just suck it up for 30, 40, 50 years. And then you get to enjoy what little time you have left. Well, the new rich have completely redefined that. And instead of somebody who's working, say you've got somebody who's working for $100,000 a year, but they're working a 60-hour week, as opposed to somebody who's earning $50,000 a year, but they're working a 10 to 15-hour week. Who is more rich? And the problem with more income is that we are conditioned to just spend more income indiscriminately. So it's not necessarily increasing our value of life. And there are stories in this book, The 4-Hour Work Week, of people who are traveling the world for 12 months on a budget of $20,000 or less, which sounds impossible, but they're doing it. They're living these massively million-dollar lifestyles without the $1 million in the first place. So the question that Tim Ferriss asks right in the beginning of the book is, how can one achieve $1 million lifestyle without earning the $1 million in the first place? And it is entirely possible. And that doesn't mean that you can't earn a 6 and 7 figure income. It just means that you don't wait to earn the 6 and 7 figure income to build the lifestyle that you truly desire and to live a life of freedom. So who is more free? The person who's earning $500,000 a year and working an 80-hour week, or somebody who's earning, say, $100,000 a year and working a 10 to 20-hour week? Personally, I would say the person who's more free is that the person who's working 10 to 20 hours a week and earning $100,000 rather than $500,000, because what are you going to do with the $500,000 in the little time you have left? The person who's working 60 to 80 hours a week is exhausted, tired, frustrated. Maybe they love their job. Maybe. Most people don't. But you know, it's finding that balance and that fine line. Obviously, not working and not earning any money isn't really an option, but the rules that we have are just illusions. They're just conditioning. They're just things that we think we have to plug into. The whole want more money, you need to work harder. And I've had a conditioning, and I've actually worked a lot on it, but obviously I still haven't quite cleared it yet. My dad worked 100 and 120-hour weeks for a moderately comfortable lifestyle. We were never rich. We were never in the rich set. My father was a solopreneur, but he had he had an office and a workshop, and he worked very, very long hours to make his family comfortable. And yeah, I rode horses, and I basically did what I wanted to do, but it wasn't a rich lifestyle. So I came in with the conditioning that you have to work hard to even be moderately successful. And it's taken a long time for me to break that paradigm. And I'm just about there. I'm not sure that I'm not going to declare that I'm quite there, but I'm just about there. So what Tim Ferriss talks about is doing what the uncommon person doesn't do. Now, I've known about this for a long time. If you want to be wealthy, you've got to do what the uncommon person doesn't do, because the uncommon person does do what the common person. Don't do what the common person does. Do what the uncommon person does. Oh my goodness, I can't even say it. So it's really important that you embrace doing what the uncommon person does. So even in my previous business, before I walked away from my business earlier this year, and I'm so pleased that I did, the online coaching business that I had was great in many ways, but I was still tied to my computer. I was constantly marketing, making new programs, recording new content, writing new content, videoing new content, editing new content, putting up new marketing, creating sales pages, creating lead gen pages. It was constant. It never stopped. If I stopped, it stopped. So I would have new clients coming through. I would have hours where I would be tied to my computer working with clients. I love working with clients, but I don't want to be tied to my computer. So you can see, Kathy, I've always been uncommon, still frustrated. Well, good that you're here, Kathy. Good that you're uncommon. I know what you mean. I've certainly never fitted into anybody's box either. Tried, and it really sucked. So good. Feeling like this message is for you today, Kathy. Awesome. So listen up, because there are some really good philosophies and paradigms that I'm going to help you to shift today. So challenging the status quo, looking at the rules that you've been sold, the paradigms that you have bought into, and then deciding that you are no longer going to buy into those paradigms. Question everything. Question everything you think you know. Question everything that you think you have to do. Question every paradigm that you have been living, and never, ever just buy into everybody else's paradigms, because believe me, it's going to make you unhappy. How many people out there are living happy, truly happy lives? How many people are just insanely happy? Really? How many people can you think of who are insanely happy? I mean, I'm insanely happy. I am, truly, honestly. I'm not where I want to be yet, but I am insanely happy, and I live from that place, and I have been determined to create my world, a world that makes me happy, period. No question, no compromises. So, but if you are doing what everybody else is doing, and everybody else is really freaking unhappy, then stop doing what they're doing, because it ain't working. You can see the model is not working for billions of people on the planet. Over and over and over and over, it's been repeated, it's been proven. The old model does not work. So what do you create as the new model? That's up to you. That is up to you to really define what you want your world to look like. Now, I've harped on this for like forever, for years. Define what it is that you want. Redefine what you want your life to look like. And no limits, no questions, no I can't because, toss that right out the window. Just what it is that you really want. So what Tim Ferriss talks about is this acronym of DEAL. So definition, have a look at your current definition and redefine what success means to you, what the new rich model looks like to you. What do you really, really want? Redefine it. Then the process of elimination, and he talks about time management it just doesn't exist. Time management, we all have the same amount of time. It's not about time management. It's about being more efficient and more effective. So being effective is having a set of tasks and getting them done in a short period of time. That's not necessarily efficient. Being efficient is achieving your goals in the shortest amount of time. That doesn't mean getting the most stuff done. That means the 80-20 rule, the 80-20 rule, the Pareto principle. So applying that principle that says 20% of your efforts will get 80% of your results. You identify what the 20% is. The 20% of efforts that get 80% of your results. The 20% of activities that get 80% of your happiness. The 20% of your clients that bring in 80% of your income. So 80% of your clients will take most of your time, but it generate 20% of your income. And Tim Ferriss talks about firing those clients and bringing in more of the 20% of the clients who generate 80% of your income, but take a lot less of your time. This was something that I was exposed to in coaching, in knowing that the clients, the premium clients who would pay you the most money, actually took the least amount of time. And it's really true, because they were self-determining, they were self-responsible, they didn't need me to hold their hand through stuff, they took responsibility, and they only came to me with the stuff that they knew when they knew they needed help, and we would work through stuff quite quickly. So it's an incredible paradigm, the 80-20 rule, and it works in just about everything. So the other principle is the Parkinson's law, which is shorten your time frame. So they talk about the 40-hour work week and the fact that we actually don't need 40 hours to get our job done. In that time frame, we probably need 10. The other 30 hours is kind of wasted on superfluous activities that don't really generate the outcome, but because we have 40 hours to fill, we fill 40 hours. It's a bit like your income. It doesn't matter whether your income's $25,000 or $250,000, you'll find something to spend the $250,000 on that you may have a lot more stuff, but you won't necessarily be any better off than you were with the $25,000, or maybe not $25,000, because they say I think $40,000 is the baseline to be able to live relatively comfortably. But there's not much difference between sort of 40 and 50,000 and 100,000, except what you choose to spend your money on. So there's a lot of money wasted, just as there's a lot of time wasted. So if you have 6 months to achieve something, you'll waste probably 5 months. Give yourself a month and define what the most efficient ways to spend your time are, and just get shit done. Implement and execute like a boss. Learn shit and execute it like a boss. Get stuff done really quickly. So the new rich are those who are having mini retirements. So instead of working decades to get to retirement, they're actually having mini retirements. They might work 2 months and then have a month off, or they might work 6 weeks and have 6 weeks off, or they might travel while they're working. I'm actually part of a community right now that, even though I'm watching it unfold in my head, it has taken me so long to kind of really process how the hell these people are. I'm not a traveler, so that's also part of the reason that I'm finding it hard. I found it hard to kind of flip this in my mind. But the more they travel, the more successful they get, because they're social entrepreneurs. They are using social media to document their amazing lifestyles, the more they do that, the more successful they become, because they're attracting people through the incredible lifestyles that they're living. And this blew my mind. So so that's D is definition, E is elimination, A is for automation. Automate as much as you possibly can so you don't have to be present. This is the paradigm of what do they call it? Residual income. So you build residual income. You are earning money 24/7. You don't have to be there 24/7. You're there 2-4 hours out of that 24 maybe. Liberation. So this is the mobility and the mini retirements that I just mentioned. So it's being able to travel anywhere in the world, work from anywhere in the world, instead of being tied to an office like a lawyer is tied to one specific place. They have to be in the office. They have to be there for clients. They are tied to that office, and the only time that they get to be free is their holidays. That's their real freedom. For 11 months of the year, they're stuck in that office, and they might be earning $500,000, $1 million a year, but is that true freedom? Are they liberated, or are they imprisoned by the money and the job? So that's the old wealth paradigm. So I want you to think about so much to share with you in so little time. What would you do if you knew you could not fail? What would you do if you knew you could not fail? The thing is, most people are held back by their fears. We know that. That's the mindset stuff. But what's the worst case scenario? So many people, 95% of the people I talk to who I can show them the new paradigm. I can show them exactly how to achieve what they want. They will find a reason not to move forward. Any reason is just an excuse. There is no such thing as I can't, except in here. Flip it into how can I? Get resourceful, get curious, get playful, bring more fun into your life. The lighter you feel, the easier your progress will become. So, for instance, I was talking to a lady last night, and she needs a certain amount of money right now to be able to begin her new business. And instead of getting stuck in this whole, oh my God, I don't have the money. How am I going to find the money? Where's the money going to come from? It's all stress and worry and anxiety, and it's resistance. All of that is resistance. Instead, it's like, wow, okay, so I need this amount of money. It'd be nice to have double that. So, universe, my partner, universe, how is it possible for me to generate this amount of money that would make this new chapter in my life, beginning this new chapter in my life, really, really easy? How can that happen? And what do I need to do? Who do I need to speak to? Where do I need to go? How much fun can I have generating this income? Get really playful, get really curious. I wonder how that money's going to turn up, because when you say I wonder how, not I wonder if, or I wonder when, I wonder how this money's going to show up, then you are sending a message to the universe saying, I know it's showing up. I have faith and trust. A big part of the equation is faith and trust. I know it's going to show up. I just don't know how, but I'm really curious. I'm interested to know how. What have you got in store for me? What interesting opportunities are going to come my way? What nice surprises are in store for me in the next few days or weeks? And what path are you going to lead me down to be able to have more fun, to generate a passionate lifestyle, to be able to attract this money to me easily and effortlessly? Can you see how light and fun and playful that is? Can you feel into that and feel your vibration, how your vibration actually gets a lot lighter and elevated? When we talk about frequency, you want to feel light. The reason that those lower emotions of fear and revenge and anger and sadness feel heavy is because they're a heavy, dense frequency. When you get playful and when you get into a space of fun and anticipation, write that word down, anticipation. anticipating miracles, anticipating good things happening in your life, anticipating how what you need or want is going to show up, and getting really curious and letting go of the, oh my God, I have to have it happen. Oh my God, I need it now. Oh my God, I have to pay the bills. Oh my God, there's not enough money. The catastrophizing, let go of the catastrophizing, please. The universe always has your back. It is always supporting you. Forget the how. The how is none of your business. Get into the what. Focus on your vision. Focus on what you truly, truly want. Focus on your definition of the new rich and how that looks for you. Do you want to travel? Do you want to create something amazing? Do you want to contribute more? Do you want to live a more passionate life? Do you want to speak around the world? Do you want to, what is it that you want? What makes you feel light? What makes you feel inspired? So for me, and Tim Ferriss also talks about unrealistic is easier than realistic. Realistic, does that feel heavy or what? It's got to be realistic. Can't go for anything that's not realistic. Boring. Oh my God. If I have to wake up and think of what's realistic every morning, I swear I want to die now. You want to see things that to you feel unrealistic or seem unrealistic, because they will inspire you. They will excite you. The question you want to ask yourself is not what is a realistic goal, not what is my goal, but what will excite me. So for instance, I've told this story a couple of times. I have a big presentation coming up in just a few weeks' time. And there are going to be some influential people in the room where I am presenting. Now, originally my head was going, oh my God, I have to do something really incredible to be able to impress these influential people in the room, because these people will have a massive impact on how fast I move forward with what I really, really want to do, right? So my head was in this heavy mode of, I have to do something that really impresses these people, but it felt really heavy. All of a sudden, there's a little bit of a brain fart, and I went, oh my God, that's not what I need to do. What I need to do is share something with the entire audience where I receive a standing ovation. So that's a higher goal. It's a higher goal, but it's a goal that excites me. It's a goal that inspires me. It's a goal that for me to receive a standing ovation from the entire audience, oh my God, that would be absolutely amazing. And the entire audience includes those few people in the room who will have a massive impact on my future, right? So, but I don't want to just impress them. I want to reach the entire audience and inspire them on such a level that they feel they need to give me a standing ovation at the end. And that's not about me. That's about my audience. Do you see that? Yes, it's about me getting this standing ovation, and far out, won't that feel bloody amazing? But my initial focus, my real focus is, how do I inspire and touch and reach the audience in such a way that they feel compelled to give me a standing ovation? My goal is to influence my audience. So what is it that will excite you? Ask yourself that question to define what you really want. And comfort, your comfort zone is death to dreams. Your comfort zone is death to your dreams. You have to get comfortable being uncomfortable. So look, I've shared just about everything. So get playful, get curious, get resourceful. I wanted to get that across to you as well. Get playful, get curious, and get resourceful. So it's not about your resources, it's about your resourcefulness. There is always a way. So there's a story, it's not a true story, but it's to put things in context. If you had just say you had a 2-foot wide plank that was stretched in between two buildings, and two high-rise buildings. So say they're 20 feet up in the air, right? And somebody said to you, I want you to walk that plank. There's no safety nets. There's no nothing. I want you to walk that 2-foot wide plank to get to the other building. You'd be like, are you nutcase. That's never going to happen. Then you put your 10-year-old child on the top of the other building and you set it on fire. Would you think twice? Would you stand there and go, yeah, no, I'm not walking along that plank. That's not an option. You wouldn't, would you? It's an extreme example, but you would not think twice. You would dive across that plank so damn fast, your feet will barely touch the plank itself. You would put that child on your shoulders and you would run back, and you would probably not even remember doing it, because it's a split second. Your mind switches to, this is non-negotiable. I have to save my child. Not, oh my God, that's a plank suspended 40 meters, 40 stories up in the air. It's an extreme story, and pray to God you're never in that position. But it puts everything in context. It depends what you are willing to do. It depends how creative you are willing to get, how resourceful you are willing to get to be able to achieve the outcome that you want. And where comfort zone is death to your dreams, meaning if you are marginally comfortable, then your ability to do whatever it takes, my whole attitude of can do whatever it takes no matter what, that doesn't come into play, because it's kind of comfortable where you are. You know, it's those people who are in a place of, I am not doing this anymore. I am drawing a line in the sand because this is too damn painful, and I will do whatever it takes. That's why it takes so many people to hit rock bottom before they are willing to get out of their comfort zone and do whatever is necessary to get to where they want to be. So are you interested or are you committed? Because if you're interested, you'll do what is convenient. If you're committed, you will do whatever is necessary. Does that make sense? So I'm just going to read the comments because they've disappeared. Kathy, all of that. Cool. Awesome. Yes, good, Kathy. Get really, really curious and get playful, and then watch what comes to you. So what happens is, and this is why so many people do not achieve what they want. I get email after email after email going, I've been doing all the tapping and nothing's happening. Nothing's changing. My question is, have you changed? Because here's the thing. People want to do the easy stuff. This is easy. If you don't know what this is, if you've never seen me do this, it's tapping. It's a tapping technique that releases old stories, paradigms, belief systems, conditioning. This is easy. This is the easy bit. The hard part is, once you've released the belief systems, the stories, the paradigms, is taking the inspired action, getting beyond your comfort zone, doing whatever it takes. You still have to do something and be a different person. What is holding you in your current Groundhog Day is the belief systems, yes, and the thoughts, yes. It's also the actions that you are taking or not taking. So it's deciding that you will start to take the actions of a successful person, that you will get resourceful, that you will find a way beyond your current roadblocks. So I often talk about the paradigm that we are living and the life that we are living being like a video game. So when you start a video game and you start at level 1, you have no idea what you're doing. Level 1 might be easy to somebody who's really good at the game, but to you it's really, really hard because you have no idea what's going to show up to kill you. You have no idea what obstacles you have to overcome. You're still trying to master the little sort of controls that you've got in your hand to be able to master the game, and you get killed really quickly. But as you practice, you get really good at level 1. Guess what happens? You move to level 2. Oh my goodness, that's even harder. So you've got to get even better. You've got to master that skill level to get to level 2. And then what happens when you master level 2? You can move to level 3. This is life. You will not move to the next level until you master the challenges that you currently have. What are you prepared to do that? You must master your current challenges to be able to get better quality challenges. There will always be challenges, no matter what level you're at. Whether you're at level 5 or level 500, there are always challenges that will show up to challenge you at your level. So you have to step it up again, and you have to step it up again, and you have to still be solution focused. The point of the lower levels is to get you into a solution-focused mindset so that when you get much more difficult problems and challenges, You don't slip into this catastrophe mindset of I can't, I'm not good enough, it's too risky, I'm afraid, what if this happens, what if that happens. The reason that you have to move through those lower levels is to get this a solid wealth and success blueprint. So that's all I wanted to share with you for today. I have been getting my voice back. So next week I am, fingers crossed, I'm going to have my singing voice back. I'm going to be doing another abundance activation session for you, which I did a few weeks ago. If you haven't seen that, then go back through the videos to about 3 weeks ago, I think, was the abundance activation. Very, very powerful. So it was a sound healing abundance activation session. Go and check that out. If you would like to join the new wealth movement that I'm a part of, because as I said, I joined this new business system, walked away from my old business several months ago, and was still finding it hard to wrap my head around this concept until I read about it in the 4-hour work week. But I am a part of a new wealth movement, seriously. And watching how these people are redefining wealth, redefining freedom, being able to create freedom in the amount of time, wealth and freedom in the shortest amount of time, has been insane. And I'm so proud to be a part of something that is so empowering and so inspiring and so uplifting, and a community of people who are heart-centered and making a really big positive impact in the world. That sets my heart on fire. That's what excites me. If that is what excites you, then reach out to me. Private message me or comment in the thread and tag me in it, so I get your I make sure you make sure that I get your message and I get your comment that you want to know more about this new rich revolution and the business system that we are using. You still have to do something, you still have to work for it. Just we've got the 90-10 principle. So 90% of the system is automated. We just have to do the 10% and leverage the 10%. So if you want to be a part of that, then comment. What can you comment? Comment anticipation. Comment anticipation or new rich. Comment new rich in the comments. And I will reach out to you and we can have a conversation see if this is something that is a good fit for you. Would love to have you as part of our community. And if that's not something that you want to do, but you do want to be part of the new rich, then look for opportunities that are coming your way. Get serious, get curious, and know that anything really is possible. And stop pretending. One more message, stop pretending you are small. Own your power and stop pretending you are small. Stop pretending that everything's stacked against you, that you can't overcome the challenges that you have, because that is bollocks. That is the paradigm that you have been sold. Drop it now. Own your power and know that you can overcome any challenge you will ever face. You are bigger than any challenge you will ever face. So if you have enjoyed this session today, then please give me some likes, some love hearts and thumbs up. Comment what your biggest takeaway was from today. And I hope to have a conversation with you about becoming part of the new rich movement. And I'm looking forward to offering more value to you. Same time next week on the same channel. And thank you all very much for joining me. It's always an honor. Hope I've offered you massive value today. Take care until next week. Have an exceptional day. Bye for now. Oh, one more thing. I've also got a new group called the Online Freedom Seekers. If you're not a part of that and you want to, this is about online business and online entrepreneurship, then I will put the link in the comments, Online Freedom Seekers, and you can join that. You can join that group. So I'm going now. Bye, everybody. Have a terrific day or night wherever you are. Bye for now.